Welcome back to Broncos and Parts Garage. My name is Chris. Today we're going to do a brief walk around of my newly acquired 1996 Ford Bronco XLT Sport. It's considered a fifth generation Bronco manufactured from 1992 through 1996. Ford finished up production of the 96 models with about 34,000 units. About this truck, it's a three-owner truck from Georgia. It's never seen salt. It wasn't stored outdoors. I was able to get it, and I'm very happy to get it. I've always wanted a sport model with the monochromatic bumpers and the bright paint. I believe they made these in red and white only. Someone can correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. Compared to trucks that we get in Michigan and the Rust Belt that are rust-free, this one truly is a survivor, and it is spotless underneath, and I'm about to show it to you right now. First thing first, let's start under the hood. This truck is motivated by a 5.8 liter V8. It's all stock, all factory. It doesn't look like anything's been changed under the hood. I know it's been meticulously maintained. The negative power cable, negative battery cable has been changed. It must have went bad or oxidized. It's been replaced. We're going to swap that out and get a better fitting cable on there. The jack assembly is in good shape. The core support's fine. Even has an older, probably 2018 Motorcraft battery. Again, dealerships did most of the work on this truck. Even the reservoir tabs aren't busted, which is a common issue, as well as everything else rusting out. Under the side of the hood is very, very clean. This thing is probably the closest thing to a living time capsule that I'll ever purchase. One of the things I really like about the truck is the monochromatic paint job on the bumper and grills and all the black work where the chrome should be. It really pops in the sunlight, and being parked under these lights in my shop really doesn't do it justice. The paint does need to have a good paint correction done to it and get it cleaned up, polished, and waxed. Let's move on from here. Previous owners got some Cooper Discover AT3 XLTs. These are date coded to the year 2020. There's no cracks. They're in fantastic shape and probably have about 6,000 miles on them. Another great feature is the fiberglass steps. Again, in Michigan, we just don't have the bracketry on these steps that last. And later on in the video, you'll see when I have the truck raised up that the tubes look like they were showroom new. One thing you'll notice on each side of the vehicle on the OEM fiberglass steps is some grip tape, and that's because the previous owner didn't want to slide off when him and his wife has stepped out of the vehicle. These get kind of slick when they're wet. The tubular bracketry underneath is perfect. And again, I live in Michigan, and all those tubes are roached. You can get a new set of the brackets at Jeff's Bronco Graveyard. But let's take a look inside. You got a little bit of discoloring on the armrest. We're going to fix that. Door panels are in great shape. They still have texture here. You know, there wasn't an arm sitting on that for the last 26 years. The vent window, you can tell it was stored inside because usually these are faded or they've turned white. Actually, you can get these to turn black again by stuffing them in peanut butter, believe it or not. The seals around the door are in decent shape. I'm probably not going to replace those. I will do some correction on these leather seat covers. They're not torn, but they're a little worn, as most of them are. I'll probably end up using a passenger seat from a boneyard and putting the foam underneath this cover to build this corner back up. The carpet's in fantastic shape. It's got Ford floor mats. The bezel's in great shape. Dash pad's intact. It also has the premium radio with a DVD player, a CD-ROM player. Kind of give you a once-over on the inside. Everything is in really, really, really good shape. I'm going to add a Eddie Bauer overhead console right here and paint it gray with the LMC paint to match the opal gray interior. Because when you have a truck with the dual visor and the auto dim mirror, the harness is already wired in to put a console in. It's very, very simple. You can't really tell, but the dash bezel has never been off. I can tell usually by the gaps or the amount of play they have. And when they've never been off, that means none of the pins have been broken. The four-wheel drive works. It's automatic, as well as the hubs are automatic hubs. I'm not a big fan of those, but I know if you maintain those and use them about once a month and keep them lubricated, they should last a long time, but I am a bigger fan of manual locking hubs. Video of the passenger side. Again, steps are in good shape. The seal's squirting out a little bit right here. I can deal with that in the future. Let's open this door up and take a look. Door panel's really good shape. Nothing's creeping out underneath here. A lot of times this will pop out. This one's nice and clean, so I don't have to do too much here. Again, the carpet, very clean. I mean, just impeccably maintained. Underneath, probably the only discoloration is from the sun. A little bit of cracking on the leather, but that can be corrected. Again, another view of the back seat. Again, the lighting is kind of making it change colors a little bit. One thing I'm going to do is on the factory tinted rear glass, kind of has a mirror effect, but when you tint your driver and passenger door, the mirror effect doesn't match the back. So I've got some Forest Service glass that I'm going to swap out and put in here. And if you've seen the video on how to do it, again, I'll put a link in the video description how to pop these windows out. Very simple, very fast. But when you get the clear glass, you have the clear glass here and you tint them both, they match. It looks fantastic. The topper's in pretty decent shape. It's not too badly faded. It's not leaking. So another feature I love about the 1996 Broncos are the units that came out with the turn signal mirrors. It's a nice modern safety feature. I think it looks pretty cool. I've seen them go for $900, $1,200 on eBay. I'm not pulling them off. I'm not going to sell it. My 1996 Eddie Bauer has them, but one of the glass lenses was either vandalized or just fell off. So I'm working on finding a replacement for that right now, but I figured I'd give you guys a look-see on how that works. So moving around to the back of the truck, this is where probably the most damage the truck is on the tailgate. A lot of swirl marks, a couple scratches. There's a dent right here. Open this up. The tire cover is aftermarket. This is my first Bronco that doesn't have the silver panel here, so I don't have to worry about the black reflector breaking off. Let's get this glass down. Now, one thing I did notice that, again, just from age, that these seals have dried out and they've cracked into like quite a few pieces. And as you know, I'll put a link in the video description. We made a video on how to replace these seals, so this is going to get done on this, as well as the inner topper seal. We've got a video coming out where we replace all the seals on the topper, so look for that or look for the link in this video. So let's get this tailgate down. You can see it still has the torsion spring intact. You know, you can lift it up with 2 fingers. If yours is heavy, it's because your spring's busted. There's no rust on the inside down here. The tailgate's clean. It came with this cargo net. It came with the OEM tire cover. The previous owner, I got some paper towel here. All the parts that he ever replaced, he left in the back of the truck, including the OEM cassette deck radio, as well as some miscellaneous parts. I went ahead and ordered the Husky liners that match this diamond-plated poly liner back here under the carpet, but if you see, it's in fantastic shape as well. I do have a roll top cover. It's in another one of my trucks. I'm actually kind of mad that I don't have it here with me right now. But I did buy it from a member of the Broncos and Parts Garage Facebook group. So shout out to him. But it'll go and cover up your cargo area. They're kind of hard to find. One thing to consider here is he had some problems with the tailgate harness, as most people do. It's just a wear point from moving the tailgate up and down. So we'll rebuild this, and I'll put some coiled up wire sheathing around this to protect it. He said that the switch up front on the dash will bring it down or up. One or the other. It won't do both though. But again, when your torsion spring's properly installed, you can lift it up with a finger. There's a little bit of damage on the bumper. Again, these are probably easy fixes. This obviously needs to be buffed and brought back, and again, paint correction or repaint, but I think I'm just going to do paint correction. Again, came from Georgia. Reminds me I got to send the gentleman his plate back. It's never had a hitch underneath it, but let's get this tailgate closed up. We'll raise it up on the hoist, and I'll do a slow walk around with some cool music playing in the background. Let's get to it.